matter where you grew up, everyone has a legend. Where I'm from, it just happens to be the scariest of them all. Raised in South Jersey, every kid knew the story of the Jersey Devil. Passed down from generation to generation around campfires and small gatherings, for hundreds of years people have told the tale of Mother Leeds and her 13th child. And quite frankly, it has scared the shit out of us. It's said that one stormy night in 1735, Mother Leeds, pregnant with her 13th child, was fed up with childbirth. Story has it that as this baby was being born, Mother Leeds cursed it, begging for the devil himself. What was born that night, hooves, horns, wings, and all, is what we know now to be the Jersey Devil. As I grew older, I became more intrigued by the stories and the encounters surrounding the Jersey Devil. And so, I decided to do some investigating of my own. In this video, I will take you along with me on a journey into the unknown. Further research led me to two men, father and son, Stefaun and Michael. They say they have seen the Jersey Devil on multiple occasions and even claim to have photographic evidence. This I had to see in person, so they agreed to meet with me. Oh, these guys are cool.
Yeah, normal guys. Know what's up with the Jersey Day.
Alright, make sure it's in park. So I'll give them this, huh?
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Hi, hey.
How are you?
How you doing?
Hi, I'm Sammy.
How you doing, Sammy? I'm Mike. Nice to meet you.
you.
Nice to meet you.
Stefaun, nice to meet you.
I brought you guys these posters. I mean, you guys seem to have a cooler one.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is-
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sure that's not what he looked like to you guys, though, right?
No, we got something totally different.
We got something
Totally
totally different, and we got something for you guys especially. He bought something.
Absolutely. I got, first off, can you hold this for me, Pop?
Yeah.
Thank you. Man, best friend, man. We got a wanted poster here. Now we're gonna bust out the picture. Go ahead.
This
Show.
is the actual picture of the photo that we took, which we're going to go out on location today and see. This is the actual picture. Take a look at that.
And it's very similar. Do a
Yeah.
side by
Yes,
side.
look
Look
at
at that.
Wow.
Look at that.
Man. Yeah.
That's crazy,
We
right?
can also send that to you guys or via
Yeah.
Facebook or whatever, or text message, and that way y'all can upload it to your computers and
Sure.
do more analysis on it. Yep.
All right, cool.
And this is for you guys. This is for you to keep.
Yeah, that's
Thank
your
you.
copy. Totally.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, and it
Absolutely.
comes
Oh,
in
this is cool.
That's
is
awesome.
nice.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. It's totally appreciated. Thank you so much,
Okay.
man. And it's
What's
a
up,
pleasure.
guys? Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to
man.
meet
Totally.
you, man.
After talking in the parking lot for a few minutes, Stefaun and Michael wanted to take us to the exact spot where the sightings happened and tell us the entire story. So off we went.
What are you saying now?
This is creepy.
This is wrong. Right.
I feel like I've been on this road before. Look, they're reminiscing.
This is it.
We're here.
Right here. Right.
All right.
Right.
Okay, so we're here with Stefaun and Mike, who brought us out here to tell us their story of their encounters with what we know as the Jersey Devil.
Okay. It was June 3rd, 2017, about 2:30 in the afternoon. It was me, myself, my son Stefaun, and my other son Jaden in this actual area where we first saw the sighting of the Jersey Devil. And we came out because of the documentary that's on YouTube now called Mother Leeds 13th Child. So we want to come down to the area and just, get a feel and see what it was like. So we arrived here, like I said, 2:30 in the afternoon. We pulled to this actual spot that you see behind us. And we looked out and, we just was looking and we saw the skyline of Atlantic City a little bit. Probably could see it better on a nice clear day. Further back. And so we said, okay, that's nice, whatever. Let's just go down the road here and see what's around here. So we drive down, and at the end of this road, which is Oyster Creek Road, is a bar called the Oyster Creek Bar. So it was when we turned around and on our way coming back, I'm driving and I'm looking out to my left and, doing maybe like I say, maybe 30, 40 miles per hour is when I started seeing something that looked like a tan, sand color, khaki colored camel. And I'm like, what am I looking at? And I seen it, but it was breaking up because of me driving and the passing of the trees. So I'm like, this is incredible. So I had to pull over to the same clearing. And when we pulled over, we all get out the car and we look out. And this is about, I don't know, maybe 100, 150 yards, maybe 200 yards, give or take. I look out and what appeared to me looks like what I thought was maybe a horse or a cow. And I'm like, what is somebody's cow or horse got loose? My son Stefaun was like, Dad, I can't see it. And that's when I pointed and I said, look over my finger. And when he looked over my finger, that's when he saw it. And it was incredible. It was incredible. And Steph, you can elaborate on it a little more.
Yeah, it was standing like right out there towards the middle and was actually walking back towards the woods. And it did kind of look like a horse from the back, and you could see that it had like a tail behind it that like was low to the ground, and it was no explanation for it. There was I've never seen anything like it. It was definitely life-changing. And again, it was right there, right out in the center. I don't know if you can really see that far from this distance, but that's why when we did take the picture with the cell phone, we were just blown away by what we saw.
Yeah, it was
Never
incredible.
Seen anything like it.
It couldn't have been no more than maybe about
it was probably 3 feet.
Yeah, 3 feet in height.
Yeah,
and it was like
color.
black, deep, like a chocolate brown almost. And it's hard to describe because in some instances it looked like a miniature wildebeest or a little mare or some type of four-legged animal, and it was walking with its back towards us, and occasionally it would stop and it would turn its head from right to left and it would keep walking. But the strange thing about it, as it was walking, it never advanced. It just kind of seemed like it was just walking in motion. And we were just astounded. We were looking at each other, going back and forth, questioning each other. Did we really see what we saw? It was clearly life-changing.
It was very bizarre. Never seen anything like it, man. Never seen anything like it. And we've been back to the area multiple times.
20, 30 times for the last 2 years.
And there's been times where we've come out here and there was nothing.
Nothing. And then other times,
sometimes the trips were for no reason, but then other days we'd come out and it'd be out and about doing its thing.
Right.
It's just it was definitely a incredible experience. It just goes to show that you could never doubt anything. Like the stuff that people think is not real, you can't say that.
Yeah.
There's things out here in this world that we just may never know.
Yeah.
And I believe that the Jersey Devil is one of them.
Is one of them, yeah.
I really do.
It's how
many times do you guys think you've encountered the Jersey Devil?
What?
At least
3, 4, 5 times. 3 or 4. Well,
quite a few times we've come out here, and there's been times where it would be like over in the bushes, and like again, we talked earlier and like how you said there's like deer and stuff, and you're like, well, why would a deer be in the marsh? And that's kind of, it is deer-like to like a degree. I would say it's kind of deer-like, but the coloring is like totally different. This thing is like solid, almost black, like totally black. And It was definitely like an incredible experience, and like
Yeah.
I said, I mean, it was all possible with Mother Leeds' 13th Child. You know,
Yeah.
the documentary. We watched it. We came down, and June 3rd was
Life changing.
It was life changing.
It was life changing, and we had like I said, several different encounters, and in this area. We came down in the evening, which I was trying to tell you guys earlier. We came down in the evening. It might have been about 4:30. We came down.
Yeah, it was
in
like
the
the
winter
blue
time,
hour. It was like dark.
where it gets dark early. So we came down, same spot. We looking out, same distance. He says that he saw it.
Yeah, it was out there.
It was out there. Now here's the strange part of the story that you guys haven't heard yet. From this distance, he was looking, and he kept saying, "Dad, I can't see." His eyes was watering
really bad.
I was
standing
here,
here, and you were over by where the truck is, maybe
by the car, and he
10
was
feet.
talking, and I was like, "Steph, I can't hear you."
I couldn't see it.
I'm like, "I can't hear you." It felt like my ears was clogged because we all agreed of the compression and the silence out here. And that's when he came back over to the car, and he pointed to about like right where the bend is at, and he was like, "Dad, there it is."
And the reason I said that was because when I looked up the street, what I thought was a deer coming out, you could see like a face come out by where the bend in the road is, right there by the tree at the corner. It came out into the street, but then it went back into the brush, and it started coming up the right side of the road here through the weeds, and you could see it moving through. You could see the outline of something, but I just thought it was strange. I'm like, why would a deer be coming to me? It should be running from me.
Do you think that had something to do with why you couldn't hear and why you couldn't see?
I
think-
believe we were under paranormal attack.
Yeah, that's what I
really
think.
do.
Because
I honestly feel
what
that.
he saw, I didn't see, and what I saw, he didn't see. Now,
Not
what
at
I
all.
saw, the branches were moving, and what I saw from about the chest from here to about the shoulder, about almost mid-head, was like a solid black image, pitch black.
Pitch black.
And I'm like, what am I seeing? And the branch was moving. So when the branch went up, it took his head and just moved his head around like that. And I was like, let's go.
Let's go, right?
We ran to the car,
Yeah.
and when I hit the lights, I saw like just for like a millisecond, looked like cat eyes, like flash, gone. And I'm thinking, well, maybe it was when I hit the headlights, maybe there's a pole of reflectors, but no,
No.
it was behind that last tree at the corner.
It was at the corner in the bend. It was past the pole that's there. It was past that, and it was coming up the street.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
And it was crazy. And the thing about it was, when we came down, it was like a cool evening. Like right now, we said, let's wear jackets because it might be cold out here. We're gonna be in the marsh. But when we got out here and when it started happening, the air got real warm.
It was like easily like 70 degrees in December.
It got warm.
right here where we're
Yeah,
standing.
it was crazy.
It was
It was
easily
nuts.
like 70 degrees
That's
down here.
wild. I've never heard that before. Usually,
It was easily 70
Because you
degrees.
guys say you think it's paranormal.
Yes,
Definitely.
that's what.
Usually it gets cold rather than hot. So
This was
that's-
hot.
It was hot.
It was hot. Like we came out of our jackets because of how warm it was right here.
It was December.
Yeah, it was in December. And we came down in the winter
that's
in the
why
evening.
and you said something about it being paranormal. That's what we tend to believe, and that's probably why it has never been captured. It's been shot at. It's never been hit with a bullet, or people shot at it with cannons. Because
Yeah.
I think what people are dealing with is some sort of spiritual manifestation.
It's
Paranormal, definitely.
It's paranormal.
Definitely.
I would agree.
Definitely.
I would say it's paranormal. Definitely.
Shapeshifter.
Shapeshifter.
It's definitely
yes.
a shapeshifter.
Yes.
Like I showed you the photograph I gave you. We took multiple photographs actually.
Yeah.
And
You want to grab them?
Yeah.
They're in the drawing box.
Yeah,
it was
and
actually, it was crazy.
What do you think is about this place? This place right here.
What
about it?
what we tend to believe in for our 2-year investigation, we believe that the grounds we standing on right now is the general area where this legend or this creature has been, where it was born.
Yeah, and we're going to show them the old Leeds House Foundation too.
Yeah.
That's up the road, not far from here. So.
Because a lot of people put out information that, it was born in Batstow, it was born here, and it was just born in the Pine Barrens. Well, we know the Pine Barrens runs for, if not hundreds of miles, through South Jersey, almost into North Jersey. So that could be anywhere, but being that this is Leeds Point, and we know that this was the child of the Leeds family, we believe that this is the genesis of this creature.
It's
where
totally
it
the
began.
Genesis ground.
Yeah.
Totally. This is
Yeah.
where everything is.
And these are the photos.
Yeah, this is the photograph.
Now, mind you, let's tell everybody. Oh, you can hold that picture,
Oh,
Steph.
sure, yeah.
This was taken on a cell phone from this distance, which is right behind us,
It's that
with a
same.
cell phone camera.
And it's right there in the center of the photograph. You can even see it has like a small curled, like a front arm, and people always said it had like like small arms.
Yeah.
And that to me looks like small arms,
It does.
and it's like a black in color, and it was standing right out there.
Right at the distance, and
Right there.
I took 3 separate photos with my cell phone, and if you look at the images closely, you can
that
see
changed form.
same distance. I stood in the same spot, took 3 different photos, and got 3 different images.
You could see that it
You can
actually
see
changed
it
form.
changed. It changes
It
form.
went through like stages of appearing.
Yes. So, and this is no hoax. This is,
No.
if anyone says, well, how do we know if you guys didn't go out there and prop something out? If you look behind us, there's water.
There's water right here.
You're not going to make it no more than maybe 6 feet before you get stuck in probably a foot of mud.
And there's no point to even access it even from the other side.
And we're going to
we
show
talked
that.
about
We're going to show that
earlier,
off
yeah.
of Scott's Landing Road, that you cannot even access to go or come around to this side to see Oyster Creek from that vantage
And
point.
you guys
Yeah, we-
believe in this so much that you took the time to print this out from your cell phone. I don't know what kind of cell phone it was.
It was just my Samsung
I think he had a Galaxy 9.
Galaxy
I think he had a
9
Galaxy
Plus.
9.
And you figure we're taking this with a cell phone camera, with a camera the size of a piece of crumb of a bread.
From
I
right
mean,
here.
from
Yeah,
here,
from right
from
here.
about 150 maybe
That's got to be 150 yards at
Yeah.
least, I would say.
at least.
Do you think there's a possibility of like it's some kind of a spirit that because Mother Leeds cursed her son, it went into that being, and because it's been so many hundreds of years,
I believe so.
I
that
believe so,
it's-
too.
It's a spirit, not necessarily because you guys are saying it's transforming.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? So it can
Definitely.
go in and out of humans, like possession. So like Mother Leeds' 13th son might have only been possessed by the Jersey Devil. It might not be the only Jersey Devil. You know?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I believe
There's
that
probably
this area,
more than one.
There's more than
Definitely.
one, and that's
The
why it can
possibility is
appear.
very great.
It has appeared in various locations throughout the state of New Jersey, because most people believe that this is a 284-year-old creature that has flesh and bone. I don't think what we're dealing with is a living, breathing, animal. We're dealing with a spiritual entity. That's what I think we're dealing with.
Definitely.
Do you think it's evil?
Do I think it's evil? I don't think it's evil because there's never been no record of it ever.
I think it depends on the
harming
person,
people.
too. I feel like spirits can also attract to certain energies. I feel it depends on what you bring with you.
It's a possibility.
That's just my take at it. I don't think it's necessarily evil. I just think that more than anything, that when it does appear, people are in shock by it, but it never really does anything to you. It just, you see it, and the same way we experienced
Yeah.
it right here, how we saw it, it didn't do anything to us.
Didn't do
so
anything, no.
I wouldn't say it's evil.
I mean, maybe just like humans, it just wants like acknowledgement,
Yeah,
Just like
misunderstood.
anything.
Yeah, misunderstood.
Something,
Yeah, maybe.
something came through, and it's been in this area and throughout the state for 284 years or so.
Yeah.
Even the Indians talked about it. That the natives, they talked about it. They call it what, the dragon, the land of the
It
dragon.
was like Place of the Dragon. It's like
Yeah.
Kupoisik or something like that of that nature.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, this is our story, and
Yeah.
I mean, when you guys analyze the photos, you're gonna see there's different faces. I showed you there's faces in the images.
There's definitely spirits out
There's
here.
spirits out there.
Definitely, there's spirits out here.
We had quite a few things happen to us out here. So, and Tuck had mentioned that this could be a possible ground of a portal. I don't deny it, because when you guys first came out here, you felt it. You can just silence, dead silence.
I can feel
Nothing.
it now.
Yeah.
There goes that
It's
silence. You
just-
heard that?
Pressure.
Nothing.
Right.
Let's be quiet.
Spirit.
Just listen.
Nothing. You hear nothing. You can almost just hear the ring in your ears because there's like dead silence.
And how is the question? Like, just like Tuck said, how is it so quiet? How?
There's something out here.
I try to make my house quiet, like places quiet, so I can film easier.
Yeah.
And it's never this quiet.
Nearly impossible.
This is quiet.
This is very quiet.
It's eerie at night.
Yeah,
There's no lights. There's no lights on this road.
No, I think there's maybe a street light up at Scott's Landing. I think.
Maybe at Scott, where? At just before we come in, yeah.
Right there at the corner, I think.
I mean, if you guys want to go to Scott's Landing and see that road, because that
will
was
definitely take you.
That was one of the late family members of the Leeds, Harry Leeds, said that this road that we about to go to called Scott's Landing was an escape route for the Jersey Devil.
That's what I heard too. That it was an escape route. So
and this road is creepy.
And it's kind of funny
go?
to definitely.
All
I think we should go. Let's do it.
Let's
do it.
go there.
Let's do it. All right.
Alrighty.
After showing us the spot where they photographed the Jersey Devil, Stefaun and Michael wanted to take us to the location known to be the creature's escape route. And again, off we went. After following them to the next location, it became quite clear that the Pine Barrens held a very eerie vibe. It's no surprise that this place holds such a supernatural reputation. As soon as we stepped out of the truck, Stefaun pointed out some mysterious hoof tracks unrelated to any animal we've ever seen.
Look, it's a track.
This led us right into the next story, so listen up.
So that's my print. What is that right there?
That's hooves.
That's
looks like I don't know if it's deer prints.
What would a deer be doing all the way out here, man? Right there.
I see that.
You see that?
That's not another one, is it?
Track.
Looks like it.
Super freaking weird. It's not a dog print either.
No.
Nah, it's two prints.
Track.
There's one there.
Yeah, there
and
is.
There's one there.
Tracks.
Oh, man.
Like
That's
this
a weird distance.
kind of
too.
thing.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
it's
tracks.
crouched.
It's like a hoof.
Now,
No way.
Tuck, you got my picture. I sent you the hoof. That's what it was like. See, that's a good size too. It's about the size of my hand.
Alright, so we've all heard the infamous Leeds story. Do you guys think that maybe the child was just deformed and people thought it was a devil?
You want to answer that?
Yeah, I do honestly believe that it was very possible that Mother Leeds did have a deformed child. And there's been a lot of rumor that the child was possibly born severely deformed with webbing of the hands and the skin. And I've heard that the child did have like a cleft palate and had a lot of severe medical issues. And 1735, during that time, people were not very educated. So a child born abnormally was considered to be demonic or a devil.
Cursed.
Cursed of
Makes sense.
some sort. So I feel like, yes, that it was just it was a deformed child born in a time of, like ignorance, as in like people just didn't quite understand what it was.
Yeah,
and,
being purely superstitious.
and she was aged to be, I think, 50. I think she was born like 1684 or something like that. And then 1735.
So that it was rare to have a kid at that age.
It
or
was
even
that
be
age.
very
alive
rare.
during
Very
that
rare.
time.
Yeah.
And it was also
It was very
it
rare.
was also rumored that because of the child being so severely deformed, he couldn't talk. All he could do was scream, and the only time the child would come out, she would bring the child out in the evening.
So no one would see 'em.
no one would see him, but they would hear the screams, and that also led to more of the legend. And oh man, she gave birth to a demon-like child. So yeah, we tend to believe that this child.
And I definitely feel that people were probably highly curious. And you can see the area itself. At the time, it was like a very, like, probably as it is today, very isolated. It's like away from everything. So it wasn't hard for word to get around about something that was a devil or a demon was in the area out here. And
also we need to bring to light that her husband was a oysterman. And
yeah,
and the reason why we believe where we standing right now, which is on the boat launch at the edge of Scott's Landing Road, it's more likely to believe that the house was somewhere in this general area because he had access to water, so he could fish or whatever it was. And I'm pretty sure,
feed his family.
You know, almost 280 something years ago, it was a lot different than it is now.
Yeah,
so
much different.
Yeah. Wow. So,
yeah, I mean, and this legend is so powerful. It's such a powerful legend, and being in the birthplace today, you know, it makes you wonder that it really just could have been a deformed child. It really could have been just a deformed child.
And I'm going to share some pictures with you guys, you know, after this, and you can do your own analysis and see the picture I showed you earlier of the little boy that appeared in the other side, in the image on the other side of where we're standing right now. You see a image of a little boy's face.
Yeah, it's like a ghost face.
And it's like a ghost face. So again, we still believe that this monster is more of a paranormal manifestation of some sort.
I can agree with that.
That's what we tend to believe.
I can agree.
What is the sound supposed to be?
It's supposed to emit a high blood-curdling scream, it's been compared to like a shriek or like a high-pitched squeal.
Yeah, like a squeal, almost like a female screaming at a very high pitch. You know,
that's what it's been compared to, like a high-pitched scream. Mm-hmm. And this thing's supposed to have wings and fly, and we just saw some tracks not long ago that we couldn't explain. So there's always possibility that this thing is totally paranormal.
But you know, I also want to bring out that where we stand here on Scott's Landing was told by a family member, the late Harry Leeds, said that Scott's Landing was an escape route for the Jersey Devil, because once he got back here, it was people wouldn't dare to come back here, and just like where we was at prior, quiet, and it's not barely anything going on back here. It's
not at all. It's just
eerily
woods
quiet.
And marsh.
So do you think it's like the Jersey Devil is the manifestation of the negative energy that was aimed at this child?
That's what I think.
So
we do believe
that's what we tend to believe.
We do believe that it's a spirit that could be mocking the child, making a mockery of what people believe the child to be, and is appearing as such a creature.
As if this child manifested that this
image.
entity.
Yes. Not so much the child. I think the people, like you said, the negative energy that came from this child being deformed, and people just kind of like fed into it and just kept, and it gave that negative energy the power it needs to manifest itself, as you said. That's what I tend to believe. Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, the impression, the Leeds House Foundation. We're going to show you where that's at.
Yeah, that's on the way out of here.
It's on the way out of here. It's not
Mill.
far from here.
Yep.
Not even maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah,
if
that.
Not even 5 minutes away. And we'll take you to the Leeds House Foundation. That's very interesting to see.
Yep.
Very interesting.
Yep. Any questions?
Any more questions?
I have. So, the actual birthplace, where was that?
Well, there's a lot of
speculation.
There's speculations. The first foundation that we went to was the one that Tucker put us on to, but we kind of believe that's what's the Collins house.
We believe it's the Collins house because of the location.
The location.
This one over here, the foundation here, that's actually in Leeds Point. It's in the area, it kind of makes sense that the story is based here. And the other foundation is like a little further away.
About 4 miles.
Yeah, but anything's possible.
But the only reason why I think it's more or less here, because if she was pregnant with a child, because some people say that might have been the birthing house, or
that's what I heard.
Collins house.
The birthing house.
I mean, it's all kinds of stories that you hear, but we tend to believe that where we're standing is the general area, and we have an impression which is not under a mile right from where we stand right now, and we're going to show you guys that.
Okay, awesome. During our initial investigation, we first believed that the foundation shown here was the birthplace of the Leeds Devil. But considering its location adjacent to the Collins burial ground, it's apparent that Stefaun and Michael were indeed right about the location of the actual foundation.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does, and you heard the word birthing.
Birth.
Yes,
From
we
a
heard
deep
we
voice.
heard
Yes.
the word birthing from the first time that we came out here, and it came from the side off the
It was from
passenger
my
side of the car.
Yeah.
And we heard a deep, heavy-voiced man just say it real quickly. At first impression, I thought maybe it's a bullfrog, and my son was like, "Dad, bullfrogs don't
Nothing like that.
sound like
Nothing like that. This was pure English, and it was a voice that came from my side of the car.
Yeah.
And I believe that the spirit was actually trying to tell us something about what we're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
It was letting us know that, hey, you're at the birth ground. This is the
Yes.
Genesis area
Yes.
of this legend.
Absolutely.
That's honestly what I feel that may have possibly been. I really do.
I tend to believe."
All right, let's do this then, right?
All right.
After checking out Scott's Landing, we were ready to make our way to the final and most important location, the original foundation of the Leeds family home and the very spot where the Jersey Devil was born.
Yeah, there's bricks that are laying down in there. This was the spot, man.
This is it. This is what we believe to be the birthplace of the Jersey Devil. So
Come
we
here.
believe it's
Dad, come here.
Like
Here
right
for a
there's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I see this part of the foundation now.
Yes, you see that. And this is what we believe to be the birthplace of the Jersey Devil. You see, I don't know if that's a chimney or the foundation. There's another brick over here. There's like blocks and stuff, bricks and things.
Yeah,
So
but you
there's
can
another
see.
part. There's a brick right there,
There's like a piece of, it looks like an old chimney maybe.
or old chimney of
that
some
they
sort,
had.
red brick. Yeah.
You can see like the old side of the house. And it makes total sense because we're in the area. And this is in
And the
Leeds
Jaffet
Point.
Leeds house is not too far from us, right behind us,
No,
where
it's
we're
right back
standing.
over there.
Again, right by Oyster Creek Road. So if he was believed to be an oysterman or a fisherman of some sort, he didn't have to go far to get access to the water.
No, he was right there.
So he
and
was
the
right
family
there.
lived right here.
And they say that the Leeds used to live away from other people, and not. So let's imagine 1735. The nearest town from where they live would be Smithville, which is about what, a mile or half
yeah,
mile
give
and a
or
half
take,
or
about a
two,
mile
give or
and a
take,
half, yeah.
away from us. So they kind of stayed back here.
Which makes sense to me.
Think about it.
Where they're getting what they do for work, oysters and such.
Yeah.
And then bringing it out to Smith. They're in between, like where they can
Yes.
sell it and where they get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
This is why we believe this could be the actual birthplace, because the one where we went to on what's those
Old Port and Pitney Road.
Old Port and Pitney Roads is like 4 miles away
And
from here.
And if the story takes place in Leeds Point, then it would make sense that the family lived right here.
in 1735, 4 miles on a horse is going to take you some time.
Definitely.
Especially through
Definitely,
woods.
yeah,
You know,
definitely.
you're going through woods and stuff. So it would be easier for him to go to the woods from here, from this point, like you said, to access, the oysters and his type of work that he participated in. So, yeah, this is it.
This is the birthplace.
This is creepy right here.
It really is. It really is.
Standing behind this tree, I feel comfortable right here.
So, and we was informed of this actual location from one of the locals who live in the area when we was out at what's that, on Oyster Creek Road, where we actually saw it.
Mm-hmm.
They told us about this, and we couldn't believe that it was only
A few feet from the road.
yeah,
It was
20,
always
30 feet from the road.
Yeah.
And that was always what we was always told, that well, it's a foundation that's only a few feet from off the road, and this is it.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to get the information
Yes.
from some of the locals that were nice enough
Yeah.
to tell us.
Tell us about it.
And we firmly stand on the belief that this is the Leeds house.
And I think this also dismisses all of the stuff about it being in Bastow and different locations. We are
here.
in
It's here.
Leeds Point. As a matter of fact, Leeds Point Road is right beyond us right there.
The sign's right out there. You can actually see it.
And it was on that road when I actually saw the headless deer.
Yeah.
On this road.
On this road going to your left.
When we get up here, we'll make a left. It was on that road. Deer's head was completely severed.
And was it on the side of the road?
It was,
It was
on,
just laying
it was
there.
on the side of the road like it was coming out of the woods.
Did you guys get out and look at it?
I did. I took a picture of it. I'm going to send it to you guys. I'm going to
Okay.
send it through the instant messenger. I'm going to send you all the pictures that I have, and I don't know if y'all can edit that into everything.
Yeah.
That'd be
you can.
great. So I'm gonna send you guys all of that, and yeah, it looked like it was coming from out of the woods. And then I'm a truck driver by trade.
Okay.
I see hit deers all day long, and usually when a deer is hit, it's smeared across the road like
There's just
hamburgers,
blood
blood
everywhere.
everywhere.
This thing was intentionally
This thing,
ripped up.
his head was cut clear, like severed clean, and there was no blood on the ground.
That's what was weird. There was
No blood. None.
No flies or anything.
Nothing.
That's what was strange.
And I'm like,
So weird.
okay, a car couldn't hit it. Why would a car just,
Take just its
Just head off.
Yeah, just the head and the back leg. Yeah.
yeah, it's creepy.
So what about the Jersey Devil and the information that you guys have collected together is so important to you?
Well, I feel that it's important, again, this is our state's legend. It's been around 284 years, almost 300 years, and this thing has been cited by so many people, notable people, regular guys just like, me and my father, and we feel that we may have finally shed some light on it. We really do, and this is one of the few stories where there's actual credible evidence that the Leeds, they were a real family. We are at the birthplace of the old Leeds house. The area is named, obviously, after the family.
Yeah.
And we just feel like we've come to learn so much about the history
and we
of this
wanted to
thing,
just
and
share it because
definitely.
there's a ton of information out there, but I mean, some stories are just far left field, but
some people
and what we did, we just wanted to come to ground zero and get all where it all began. And it's been a 2-year
2-year journey.
2-year journey, and this is what we gathered, and we just want to share our information to everyone who wants to hear and know
anyone
more
that
about
can
the legend.
appreciate folklore and things alike, absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel that we have a wealth of information.
Yeah,
I
we
feel
shared it, and thank you guys for taking the time,
Thank you.
and coming out and hearing what two guys like us got to say and share.
Thank you for making it
So
possible.
we want
Thank
to
you
share
guys
it.
for
making it
sharing it with
possible.
us.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Not a
For real.
problem.
It was a
Absolutely.
pleasure.
It was a pleasure. Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
So after spending the day with Stefaun and Michael, I realized just how deep the rabbit hole surrounding our state's most famous legend really goes. Leaving the foundation of the Leeds family home, I now had more questions than answers. And I realized the Jersey Devil was just one of those things that will never stop encapsulating my mind. Whether fact or fiction, this story takes you deep into your unconscious mind. And the next time you're in the middle of the Pine Barrens and you hear a noise, you'll ask yourself, what if?